Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I just want to make a quick video today to actually talk to you guys about starting cloth diapering. I know a lot of people, when they start looking into it, they get a little bit overwhelmed with, where to start, what to do. One of the best things to do is honestly look into different types of diapers, see what, sounds like it'd be the best option. A lot of people want convenience, and when you want that convenience, what you need is probably more of like an all-in-one, which this is actually a Bum Genius Free Time. And sorry if I sound sick, I actually have really bad allergies today. And it has the inserts, sewn in, so that way when it's dirty, just toss it in the hamper and then don't have to worry about it until you go to wash. With that being said, the next step to that is probably a pocket diaper. This is actually an Alva pocket diaper and pretty similar to the all-in-one. You don't have, like a cover, how you would have to take a Prefold, which is this, and a cover, which is like a plasticky material that is waterproof. And another type besides the pole would be a wool cover, which a lot of times it has like a double layer to make sure that it doesn't leak out. It looks very similar to like little underwear, and you could also put, the Prefold like you would with the cover, which this is actually just a Velcro cover. This is a super whisper wrap, and then this one you could also use a fitted, which is just a Bummies fitted, and pretty similar to like the pocket diaper or the all-in-one. It has an insert, and then you also, just for added absorbency. Back to the pocket. The pocket is pretty similar, like I said, to the all-in-one. You could stuff it with a Prefold. You can use it as a cover, or you can stuff it with microfiber. I actually right now have a flour sack towel, which is very similar to like a flat diaper, and you can fold it anyway. You could use it as a Prefold. It's just a kitchen towel. It really is. You can use it as a Prefold, like pretty similar to the Prefold, with, you can fasten it on with a snappy. Here's a snappy. And it's got the little claws on it, and then when you're not using it, you actually are supposed to put the little plastic things over, so that way you can't hurt yourself with it. There's actually also a diaper type called an all-in-two, which I actually do not have, and it's pretty similar to an all-in-one, except instead of this inserts being sewn into the actual diaper, they actually have something very similar to this, which is the snap, and it snaps into the diaper. Those are actually very convenient because all-in-ones, when you actually dry them, they can take a very long time because the inserts are sewn in and you can't separate them from the actual diaper, so they take a little bit longer to dry. With an all-in-two, unsnap it, it dries faster. And then another thing when you are doing cloth diapering is you have to look at, it can vary from person to person. One person can have a good routine, and then if someone tries it themselves and you get rashes, leaks, whatever. So it really varies by person. Some of the few things that you really need to look into when you're wanting to look and find a good wash routine is your water hardness, the type of washer you have, whether or not you want to air dry in your dryer. The only thing about drying in your dryer is that it can wear the pole out in your diaper faster, which can, lead your diapers to leak more faster. And another thing is that it can also wear the elastics down. So really, if you're wanting longevity out of your diapers, you're gonna want to look into getting like a line to hang up in your yard, or like a drying rack. You can actually get drying racks pretty cheap on Amazon. I can link down below where the one that I have that I love. I've actually got two. One just stays outside for like towels for swimming, and then one I keep inside to have, put the diapers on them bring them outside. With that being said, when you want to wash your diapers, you want to make sure they are getting thoroughly clean, which means spraying, you know, if you have poop, unless you're breastfeeding your child. If you're breastfeeding your child, you can throw it right in the washer. Doesn't matter, water soluble, it will come off. You might have staining, but putting it in the sun typically takes care of that staining. If your child's eating solids or formula fed or whatever, on cow's milk, whatever, you're gonna wanna rinse the poop off first if they're poopy. If they're just pee, you can just throw them in the hamper, not worry about them. You're gonna wanna spray them also. You're gonna want a diaper sprayer, or you can dunk and swish, which literally is just what it sounds like. You dunk the diaper into the toilet and swish the poop off. You have to be really okay with getting messy and dirty and getting your hands in a toilet bowl. I did that for the first year of diapering, and then once I knew I was pregnant with my daughter, I had to invest in a diaper sprayer because I was not gonna do that for 2 poopy diapers. When you're spraying, you can also get such things as like a spray pal, the Diaper Diamond, which is actually what I have. You can get it through the Rebecca Foundation for, I think it's $4, and then you pay for the shipping, which is, I believe, another $4, so it comes out to $8. I don't know how often or if they always have them in stock on their website. I love it. It's very convenient. I also did an at-home, which I can actually probably do a tutorial for in the future, with like a clipboard and some folders that I got from the dollar store. It was pretty easy. However, with 2 very mobile children, it ended up getting broke, so I invested in a Diaper Diamond because it just looked more sturdy than what I had. When you're using the Diaper Diamond, you literally just slide it in, and it's got 2 slots. Got 2 slots on the bottom, 2 slots on the top, and it stretches the gussets out to where you can get, you know, all the poop gets really, really, really clean. I love it. I really do. I would recommend it to anyone. I have recommended it to people that I know that cloth diaper. So when you spray the diapers off, you wring them out and then throw them in the hamper, and then come wash day. Like I said, depending on the washer, just, you know, everything that your soap. I know in a lot of the cloth diaper groups, like on Facebook and stuff like that, they don't recommend certain detergents. Like, I think All is one of them. Green Mountain Diaper Soap is one of them. Charlie's. I know for sure that Charlie's has caused some babies to end up getting ammonia burns because it doesn't clean them properly. So I stay away from it personally because I don't want that. It's awful. So, and what you want to do after you have all your diapers together, you're ready to do wash. You're gonna want enough diapers in your washer and enough water in there to where you have a stew and not a soup. I know that was a really hard concept for me to grasp when I started cloth diapering. You want a stew, meaning you want, and you don't want chili either, so you don't want like so many diapers, inserts, wipes, wet bags, whatever you use in there, to where you aren't getting enough agitation to rub the diapers. And then same thing with the soup, you're not getting enough agitation. A stew is you have enough diapers in there to create like a stew consistency. I'm sure plenty of people have had stew before, so they can imagine what I'm saying. I love stew, but I still, for the longest time, could not figure out for my washer the best way to get that consistency of the wash. I have a very finicky washer. It's an HE machine, so it doesn't fill up more than about a quarter, so I can only fit about 20 diapers, maybe on a good day, in my washer to wash them. When you wash your diapers, however, you want to do a pre-rinse, so it's going to be a shorter cycle on your washing machine. And then depending on the soap that you use, I actually use Purex baby soap because I love the way it smells, and it's safe for your cloth diapers. Not saying you have to use a baby safe soap, so you don't have to use Draft. You can, but you don't have to. You can use Tide, you can use Certain Gain. So really anything that you can use the regular Purex. Really anything that you use for your clothes, typically you can also use for your cloth diapers. I'm going to link actually probably below the group that I first joined when I first started cloth diapering. I've been doing this for going on almost 3 years. I have 2 children that are in cloth diapers right now. Hopefully soon, only one, trying to potty train. And they actually also make cloth trainers, so if that's something that you have to do in the future, you can always still continue your cloth journey. And then for your main wash cycle, you're going to want to make it your longest cycle of your washer, which is typically like the full wash cycle. So with that, you have to make sure like you really just do some research on, you know, Google cloth diapers, and then you know the type of machine that you have. What I would say though is really stay away from Pinterest, because they have some awful diaper recommendations. You don't have to wash them in hot, it's not necessary. I recommend washing them originally on cold. I wash actually the whole cycle, both cycles on cold, because it actually helps release the stains. So I really very rarely have, I mean this diaper has stains in it, but that's because I just really don't care. Diapers are gonna stain, they're gonna get pooped in, they're gonna get peed in. So with that said, you're gonna wanna go to your shortest cycle for the pre-wash, and then your longest cycle for the main wash. Depending on what soap you use is gonna depend on how much you're gonna use for each. Typically, I like to stick with for the pre-rinse, you're gonna wanna use about half a cap. And then for the main wash, you're going to want to use a whole cap. So, depends. For actually the Purex baby wash that I use, I have to use for the main wash, because it's kind of a weaker soap. Like I said, I just really like the way it smells. It smells like a baby. For the pre-wash, you're going to want to use a half a cap. But for the soap that I use a full cap. And then for the main wash, I use a cap and a half. So there's that. You're also, depending on the water hardness that you have, you're going to want to maybe use borax or Calgon. I used borax for a long time, and I, along with many other people, actually had the problem with it making your diapers smell like a swamp. Really gross. So I switched to Calgon. I use a cap full of Calgon because I actually live in Texas. I live in the desert. Like, the water is really hard here, and if I don't use a full capful for each wash, then my kids start getting rashes and burns, and it's no bueno. Anyways, with all that said, I'm sure there's stuff in this video that I didn't cover that I will probably make a video in the future to try and help everyone out. For now, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment below. Don't subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know what you think, what you want to know, and I'll make another video in the future. Bye!